everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sunday in the Shed. As always, I'm your host, Mac. So here we are. Another week's gone by since the last episode. At the start of the week, I was still annoyed with the way that kayak purchase had come down. It was kind of grating away at me. So I checked the stock at a local MEC store, Mountain Expedition Co-op, whatever they are. MEC is what they go by. So like I say, they have a store in Kelowna. They had some fishing kayaks in stock, so I went and had a look one. And the one I ended up picking out is a, I think it's a free lure something, 11.5 foot. Anyways, I'll post a link to it on the description of this video. But it's actually, it's a pretty nice rig, so I got it in the other garage there, got it on some chairs there. So anyways, I just took the plastic off and did a quick walkthrough on it, and this is just a look at what it's like. Okay, so I just took the plastic off. This is actually the Feel Free Lure, 11.5 foot. A couple of really nice features on this thing. It's got a super comfortable seat. It's got the high back on it. Seat's removable. You can actually use it as a chair if you want to. And this is the fish finder pod here. So this just pops out, and then you're open to the water below. So you mount your fish finder on here, your transducer on the bottom. Then you don't have a transducer hanging out the side or anything. I like that feature. And there's room in here for your battery and everything. So that's the way I'm going to set that up. It's the storage compartment up front. And this is the cargo area in the back here for box and stuff. And then these are your rod holders here. So I think it should be a pretty good unit. Watched a few YouTube videos on it. Guys that have them like them, or so it seems anyways. And also this one, you can get a rudder for it. They make a kit to install a rudder on it. So apparently that can be a good option on these wider kayaks. Apparently they're a bit hard to control without a rudder, but I'll find out. And here's the cup holder. Not sure how good that's going to be, but we'll see. I used to fish with a float tube quite a bit, and one of the rules with that is you don't drink a lot of beverages when you're in that, because if you need to make a pit stop there, it's quite awkward. So I was going to take this thing out Saturday morning, and give it its maiden test, but it was a terrible day. It was raining like crazy, and it's actually really cold. So, and anyways, I got to go get a life jacket. I realized I don't have a life jacket, so I'm going to zip up to Canadian Tire. Supposedly they have some kayak life jackets on sale there, so I might grab one there. So actually, pretty happy with this. I think this is a better one than that one I lost out on anyways. Cost me about twice as much, but you know, at least it's new, and I think it's got some way better features than the other one. Alrighty. Alright, so I think that kayak's going to work out a lot better for me in the long run. One of the main things I didn't like about the Pelican one was that you had to drill a hole through the hull to mount the transducer for your fish finder. Whereas this one's got that pod that's all set up for that. You just got to drill a hole in the bottom of it to mount the transducer, and that way if you have your transducer down too, I mean, that pod can come out to transport it. Once you get in the water, you can stick it down. Then you can have your transducer at the proper depth below your hull. And then fish finder mounts on top. It's got a grommet in it there where your wires from your fish finder, go back into the box. There's lots of room in the box to mount your battery. And I think what I'll probably do is end up putting a couple of USB ports on it just so you can charge a GoPro or your iPhone off of the battery inside there. I'll have to find a rechargeable battery that's got a decent amount of amp hours that'll fit in there. But I don't anticipate that'll be a problem. So I was, like I said, I was going to take it out yesterday morning for a little spin up at a lake not far from me. Got up in the morning though, it was raining, it was really windy, the temperatures were single digit Celsius, so gave up on that idea. Today was a lot nicer day, so I was thinking about it again, but then I realized that I don't have a life jacket for it. So went online, looked at Canadian Tire online. They had a life jacket there on sale. It's a combination kayaking life jacket, fishing vest. Looked like a pretty good rig. They said they had 3 of them in stock at the store, so I ended up there to buy one. So I don't know about you, but every time I go online, check your store stock, you get there, there's either no stock or they can't find it, or there's some problem. So this is how this one transpired. So this is an iconic Canadian institution, Canadian Tire. This is almost one-stop shopping. You can get tires, your oil changed, camping supplies, appliances, you name it. So I'm just heading in here to see if they've got those life jackets on sale. Well, that was a bust. Their system says they've got 3 of them in there somewhere. Everybody agrees there should be 3 of them, but we spent half an hour looking, couldn't find them. So they're going to give me a call if they find one, but I'm not holding my breath. I guess I'll have to buy another one. So obviously, excuse me, I left there, no life jacket. So I'll have to pick one up this coming week. I think I might end up going to one of those inflatable style with the pull cord on it. They're pretty lightweight. They're a little bit more money, but I think they have them at Walmart. I'm pretty sure they stock them at Walmart. Excuse me. So I might swing by the local Walmart and pick one up just to get that over with. It would have been nice to get that one on sale, but it is a bit bulkier, so I'll have a look at those other ones. I think the inflatable one might be the way to go. So after I left Canadian Tire, I went over to that lake I was talking about where I was thinking about taking the kayak out. It's called Shannon Lake. They've got a little park in there on one end. So I've fished in there before. I used to have a float tube. I used to do a lot of float tube fishing, so I've gone in there before. And so I got there, it was about 3 o'clock, I guess, 2:30, something like that. Anyways, it was packed in there. Mainly though, I just wanted to scope it out to see how hard it was going to be to launch my kayak in there. Because we used to be able to just go in right off the end of the parking lot and launch the kayak, but unfortunately it's not that simple anymore. So here's just a little bit of video I took at the lake there. It's quite a nice little spot actually, and there's some decent bass have been caught in there over the years. So there's just a little look at it and some of the people that were hanging around there. And here it is. It's a little lake close to where I live. It's got perch and bass in it. A few guys out here fishing today. It's actually a nice little park here too. I was going to bring my kayak in here, but 2 problems. The life jacket's a setback, and I didn't realize it was quite this long of a hike back to the water. Haven't been in here for quite a while. I have fished in here when I used to have my float tube. It's about 60 feet deep in the center there, and there's actually quite a few largemouth in here. There's rainbow trout too, and I think perch are a recent development. They've got this little dock set up here so you can fish from the dock, but it doesn't look like anybody's catching too many today. There's a little park back in there. A couple of guys over there, they had like a wheel dolly set up for their kayaks. They're about, the one guy's got an 11.5 footer, but the wheel came off, so the 2 of them are going to try and pack it in together now. So, yeah, this is busy here for a spring day. This parking lot's just packed. I'm parked illegally here, so better take off before the bylaw enforcers show up. So as you can see, it was pretty busy in there. I was a little disappointed. Didn't used to be that many people there, but I haven't been in there for a few years. They've definitely made some improvements to the park and everything, but one thing with ease of launching a boat isn't one of them. Another nice feature about that kayak I bought, it's actually got a wheel built into the stern of it, so you don't need a cradle or something like those other guys had to pull it into a spot. But that's not really why I got it. I kind of want to go places where I can just back it up to the water and pull it out and put it in the water. So the other lake where I'm going to go to next, Vivasa Lake, I'll probably take it out there first. I did a video of that lake in the winter time, so the fishing should be starting to get good in there. There's largemouth, smallmouth, perch, bluegill in there supposedly. So I'll probably try and get in there this coming week. I might even take a day off, might take Thursday or Friday off there and give it a try. I just have to pick that life jacket up. And then I'll be good to go. One thing, when I was up at Canadian Tire there, I was checking their fishing gear. So they have these on sale, 40% off, save 40 bucks on it. What is it? It is, it's graphite anyways. Advocate, whatever that is. And an Advocate reel. So anyhow, it's a lightweight spinning rig, so I'm going to rig this up with some 8-pound test, something like that, 6-pound test. And this will be what I use for panfish when I go out in the kayak. And I just have to, I've got some bait casters and stuff, I just got to dig those out. I'll use those for bass. I haven't used them in quite a while though, so I have to re-spool the line on them and that. So I'll get organized with that for the fishing. So I had a few people ask me for the soon-to-be collector's item Man Cave stickers. So I'll be going to the post office tomorrow, sending these out. A couple of them are going to You Couldn't See Me. He's a great guy. Subscribe to my channel, ask for some. The other one's for Wee Wee's World, another YouTuber. Yeah, the last one is for Snobby Scrap Picker. It's going all the way over to England. So I get these out in the mail. Snobbies might take a little bit longer because it's going across the pond, maybe 10 days, something like that. So anyways, I will get these out in the mail tomorrow. Alrighty, so as always on Sunday, we like to have a nice beer. When I say we, again, I mean I like to have a nice beer here while I'm out in the man cave. So the one I've got this week is, coincidentally, it's another Scotch ale. This one is made by Mount Begbie Brewery. Mount Begbie Brewery is in Revelstoke, BC. That's a town that's probably an hour and a half, 2 hours from where I am right now. It's just at the kind of the start of the Rocky Mountains on the British Columbia side. The area is pretty famous, actually it's world famous for heli skiing. There's dozens of heli ski lodges up there. We've worked on a few of them in the past. I think we've wired 2 or 3 of them. The last one we did, you can only get in there by air or by boat. It's kind of a remote one, but it's pretty deluxe, and I believe that one, just to stay there for a week, it's an all-inclusive thing, but it was like $25,000 US per week to stay there and ski. So A, you have to take your skiing seriously, and B, you have to be able to afford it. And also that area too, it's kind of well known for high alpine snowmobiling. A lot of guys go up there with their high-powered 200-300 horsepower snowmobiles. They come from all over Western Canada, the Western US. I think the season's just about over now, but they like to get up there in the early spring there and tear their machines up. You know, you're talking snowmobiles that are worth $40,000, $50,000. They go up in the alpine and try and climb them and destroy them, and have to get them flown out by helicopter, but they claim it's great fun. So again, if you can afford it, it's probably all right. So anyways, this Scotch ale, as I said, is from Mount Begbie Brewing Company. And there's a little Scotty dog on there, and he's got his tartan on and his bagpipe and everything. So the write-up on this, it's a full-bodied strong ale, also known as wee heavy. Scottish Pale Ale are Scottish Pale Ale malts, artfully crafted to impart hints of oak, Scotch, and caramel smooth. Best served in a thistle glass at 10 degrees C to 13 degrees C. Serve with your favorite roasts, smoked meats, or chocolate desserts. Well, I don't have any chocolate desserts in here. You know, I'm trying to lose weight, right? So, you know, obviously this is not the best way to lose weight, but as long as you don't have it with chocolate treats, I mean, you know, that's something, right? You're sacrificing somewhat. So let's try this guy. So I've got the old trusty stainless steel opener. That last one had a bit of kick to it there when I opened it. Oh, this one not so much. So let's just give this guy a pour and see what we're dealing with. Oh yeah. So a little bit to the dark side. Let's really say it's a dark ale though. Look at this again. Scotch ale. Yeah, full-bodied strong ale, I guess that's. They infer that it's a dark ale. It's nice about color coffee there. Doesn't really have any huge bouquet to it. Not much of a head on it either. That's why I was surprised when I opened it there that it didn't pop that cap off too much. So maybe a little bit low on carbonation. It's not bad. Like I say, it's not overly carbonated, but a lot of these beers are brewed to be that way. This almost have a bit of a chocolatey coffee finish on it. Yeah, it's actually not bad. It's a local beer, like I say, from this area. And one thing about Revelstoke too, their water all up there is all glacial fed, so it's actually pretty good water up there. So I'm sure that Mount Bigby uses the purest water they can find. That's good. So there you go. That's the beer that we are enjoying this afternoon in the man shed. So that's a great little dark ale. Mount Bigby Brewing Scotch Ale. So if you ever have the chance, I recommend trying it. Oh yeah, this is a good beer. Again, I don't have the beer chart with me, but this is definitely rated as a good beer. Strong beer, actually, according to this. But it's not too bad. It's 6.5% ABV, so it's a little higher, but it's not strong beer. So I don't know how widely distributed this is, but again, if you ever have the chance, it's worth a try. So I guess that's about it for this episode of Sunday in the Shed. Once again, everybody watches this, thanks for watching and putting up with the ramblings that go on. One last thing I'd like to do is channel shout out. Try to do a channel shout out every week of people that are subscribed to my channel, people that I subscribe to. So the guy I'd like to mention this week is Scrap Farm. He's a guy named Bert. He's got a farm in somewhere in New Jersey, southern New Jersey, I think it is. He puts out a video almost every day. Like if he misses a day, it's unusual, put it that way. So I first subscribed to Bert's channel. I think he had about 30 subscribers or something when I subscribed. Not that long ago, I want to say just before Christmas, something like that. And he's been just like on a trajectory of readership or viewership and subscribers. And his videos get a ton of views every day, like an average video. I think he gets about 1,500 views a day on it. So there's got to be a reason there. He's really down-to-earth guy. He's really talented. He can do mechanics, welding, he does scrapping, and obviously farming. So I will leave the link to his channel in the description on this video. Again, if you have a chance, drop by and see his channel, Scrap Farm. So, as always, I'm going to end this episode of Sunday in the Shed, and Cheers, everyone. Have a great week.